Welcome to the Intern Whisper Live, the show all about internships and how to excel and do well. This is Matt.
This is Isabella. Reminder to our listeners, you can call us live on the air. The phone number is 407-582-2906. If there's any family members out there, Matt's family, whatever, and wants to call in, feel free. Your grandmother, right, is the one that listens, or is it Abby's?
It's Abby's.
Oh, never mind. Abby's grandmother can come in and call in and talk with us.
Yeah, we'll talk with you too.
We're happy to. You can also chat with us online through Intern Pursuit's Facebook Live chat. We only have 2 more tickets left. Tonight's hashtag is Mr. Jacob Banks, and to win the tickets to his concert on February 13th, 2019, right around the corner, listeners. It's over there in the Colonial Town area, where there's a really nice little vintage theater. You're going to get to go and hear his concert. To win the tickets, you have to post a comment about tonight's show, something that you liked about it, and you have to put hashtag Mr. Jacob Banks. Do this on Facebook or on our Instagram accounts, and you will be able to win the tickets. And I'll fill it out and send you the tickets.
I have a good feeling someone will do it this time.
Oh, I think so. I know somebody that said they were going to do it, too. And it's not... We already had a winner last week. Did you know that? It was so awesome.
Well, I guess Josh did it during the training.
Josh, yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm happy.
That he
Somebody
did.
claimed tickets. So if your family, just so you know it, Lucas, if your family goes and puts Mr. Jacob Banks, hashtag Mr. Jacob Banks, on the chat while we're talking, and they say, we love our son, they can have 2 tickets to go see him in concert on February 13th. So just as an incentive in case they joined in. I'm not sure. Anyway, okay, Matt, going back to you.
All right. Coming up on this episode of the Intern Whisper Live, we have our Wildcard Wednesday topic, the best of Brazil. The internpursuit.tech website launches February 1st, 2019. And we have Intern Pursuit updates.
Okay, and so people can find Intern Pursuit on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. You can find our game on Facebook and Twitter, and you can listen to us live on mixlr.com/Valencia College Radio and follow Intern Pursuit. And again, people can watch us live, if they're not already doing that, on Facebook and live on the air at MixLR. Our phone number is 407-582-2906, and you can also chat with us online.
All right, I think it's time to thank our first patron of the night, RB Advisory LLC. RB Advisory offers cybersecurity services to businesses worldwide. RB Advisory LLC are security specialists for cloud, computer, network, and compliance issues. The company addresses active threats to organizations, patching network vulnerabilities, and preventing future attacks to your businesses and information. Their website is rbadvisoryllc.com. Thank you, RB Advisory, for being a patron of the Intern Whisper Live.
So tonight's guest is Lucas Tramasso. But first, I'm going to share some additional updates. We have 2 tickets left to see Jacob Banks in concert. I just shared that earlier. So be sure, if you want to win those tickets, hashtag Mr. Jacob Banks, post it on Facebook or Instagram, and tell us something that you loved about our show tonight. You can also enter a contest to rebrand our logo. Deadline for submissions is tomorrow. So you have to go to our contest link. You'll find that over here in our Facebook in the chat notes later on today. And you can find this information on Facebook itself, on LinkedIn, and in Twitter. It's gone out on all the social feeds. And we have also submitted it to Valencia College's graphic design program here. You can listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, and Podbean. Our shows are up, and you will be able to certainly be able. Well, let me back that up. So the winner, I'm just like looking at my notes now. The winner actually gets to be interviewed on the show, have a interview published on the blog page. All of the show will be going out on all of our 5 podcast distribution channels. So that's what the winner receives. Now I kind of got mixed up on my notes, so it happens here.
Yeah.
Students, if you want to join our startup team and be a student influencer or a brand ambassador, you can go to internpursuit.tech/careers and find the job descriptions there. And we're still inviting employers of all types and sizes to be part of our early adopter beta program. We only have 8 more employer spots left, so we're keeping it to a small select group. And contact me, Isabella, at internpursuit.tech for more information if you want. Welcome, Lucas, to the Intern Whisperer. We're happy to have you here.
Yeah,
Thank
welcome.
You. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Isabella.
Yep. Okay, so you graduated from a school in Brazil. Unfortunately, I will try to say this. Give me a chance to try and not tear it apart. Universidade Federal de Sao Paulo. Now you say it. It'll sound beautiful.
Kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll sound way better.
Universidade Federal de São Paulo.
Oh, yeah. It sounds so much
That's
better.
Yeah.
Federal University of São Paulo.
Oh. And so where is Sao Paulo? Where is that? Is that the capital?
No, that's a state.
That's a state. Did
yeah,
you know this?
It's a state.
It's a state?
And the capital of São Paulo is São Paulo, so it's a state where the city is also named São Paulo.
So the United States is a country, and then we have states inside of the United States.
Yeah, it's like you had a
Brazil.
Florida city in Florida.
Yeah.
So São Paulo is a state, but there's São Paulo City,
Oh.
Here we go.
which is the capital.
Geography lesson tonight, people.
And that's
Wow,
not the
yeah.
capital of Brazil.
Wow.
Brazil's capital is Brasilia.
Okay, I'm geographically challenged.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem saying that here. So this is all really good information that I'm learning tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, did
Yeah.
not know this. Yeah. Okay, so that's a very interesting. What did you graduate with as a degree from that school?
So at that school, it was a bachelor's degree in science and technology, focused on computer science.
Yeah, and I remember us when we first met. You were talking about how you were working in a research lab. That had to be really exciting. I know.
Yes. So at that time, I had the opportunity. So we're 2 scholarships. So I had 2 scholarships. One was research. The other one was tutoring. So research was in augmented reality applied to health. So I had some contact with trending technology and new technology that is
In your own
still
country.
coming. It was worldwide. So augmented reality applied to health. It's a small field with little research. So we had to research from people all around the world and see what they were doing in
Yeah.
the field. Yeah.
That's really interesting because we often think about how things are just going on here in our own country. You were going to say something. I think I interrupted
I was
you.
going to ask how AR related to health. Like, how do you use that in a health field?
Oh, sure. So what we did in the research was exactly that. So my coordinator, the research professor, so he has a lot of experience in the AR, from games to health, you name it. And he saw that AR was really trending to health, and we wanted to see what people were doing with AR and health. So we had to read the papers and filter, see what the
Right.
ones that are really related, and we found out that people were already using AR. So,
But how were they doing that? Was it like in the operating room?
so there's many
or-
things. Yeah. So operating room, it's a big thing. So there's people that want to like map
Diseases or heart
diseases.
problems? Or...
Yeah, like operating. So you like projection of your heart. So let's say it's a heart surgery. So there's a projection on top of you, so they can see your heart before cutting you.
Wow.
Wow.
So they know exactly what they're doing.
Mm.
Like
You know-
they can see your inside. And some other cool things are, there's treatments for people like, so let's say you're too afraid of spiders. So
True.
you can
That's
see
true, I
spiders.
am.
Yeah.
So that would not be
So they
far.
do AR spiders. So you see them, but they're not actually there. So they kind of
Desensitize you?
yeah. So use as a treatment, and some people
Oh,
use
no.
that. Yeah.
No, that wouldn't work on me. I'd still be terrified of them. Yeah. You know, in the game, I don't know if you remember this. I know you won't. Well, I don't know if you would because you weren't on the game team either. one of the like aliens we were going to have in the game was spiders, and I went, no spiders. Tyler wanted to bring spiders, and I said no spiders, and he had pictures, renditions of the spiders, and I said no spiders. It was too scary. You know, like in Harry Potter, when all of those
With
spiders.
the giant spiders.
Oh
in
my
the
gosh,
forest.
is that not like terrifying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is.
I'm glad I never had a fear of spiders.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, I will tell you why. I was 12 years old. I was sitting out on the lawn waiting for one of my friends to come outside and play, and there was the granddaddy longleg crawling on my hand, and I went, oh my God, and I ran all the way back home, and I went, I will not sit in grass again. And
It's
so I
funny
think
because that's one of the friendly ones.
No.
A granddaddy won't bite you.
No, they can bite you, and they're poisonous. They don't have enough poison to hurt you, though.
Oh, I thought they were just harmless.
Yeah, that makes them harmless.
It
Well,
makes them harmless
It
to
does make them
us.
harmless, but they will bite you.
They can bite you, and their bite could be poisonous to us. It's just that they can't inject enough into us, but they can kill whatever it is that's their food
Prey,
source.
yeah.
Their prey. Anyway, so I
you know
think
about
that's why.
spiders?
That's why, because I had a spider crawling on me, and it's like scared me, and I don't want to experience that again. Pretty sure they crawl on us anyway when we're asleep. All right. Anyway.
Well, you also went to school in the U.S., right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I
Valencia grad.
Valencia grad, and now studying again at Florida Tech.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what are you studying at FIT,
Yeah,
right?
it's FIT.
Yeah.
It's a master's in computer science.
Yeah, so there's that whole journey. It's
Yeah.
It's going to be there. What do you do that's different at FIT than what you've learned over here at Valencia? Do you know? I don't know if you're in your classes far enough to tell me that.
Well, in Valencia, it was computer programming, so it's more hands-on. You're programming. Computer science masters, at least for now, it's more theory. So it's more studying and understanding how things work. Yeah.
Do they not have people in there that have done programming?
Yes, we do programming, assignments, tests, and everything. But it's more of researching how things work, and then you get to figure out how to program it yourself. And
Do you learn other languages that you didn't get exposed to in school at Valencia? Or
so
maybe?
I'm learning one right now.
Which one?
It's called Haskell. So there's Haskell. It's a functional programming language, which is a different type of programming.
Is it a back-end side of a language, or is it a database, or is it more of an AI type of language?
Yeah, it's not front end or back end like that, and it's not like for applications of that kind. It's more for data applications.
Oh,
and
okay.
It's more of a logic language.
Okay. So beyond me,
Yep, yeah, me too.
but I'm impressed. Anyway, okay.
So, how did you and Isabella meet?
No, I'm going to let him tell that story.
Okay.
Good question. So when I was here at Valencia, as an international student, there's a time where you can apply for internships. So they told me, well, you should find an internship yourself, and then you come here, we'll do the paperwork. But we have this website, which is Valencia website. You can see
The career services
Yeah, the
one?
career
Yep,
services. So you can see if there's any positions there before you go to some other place. And then when I searched for what I wanted, so something related to software development, and then one position came up, which was Isabella's. So I was like, well, there's only one.
Oh, I was the only one.
Yeah, I was like, so this is the only one. I'll apply for it.
Yeah.
And then she called me. I did some
An assessment.
assessment, and
Yep.
then I got in.
Yeah. And so one of the things that he was with a team of some other people, Hubert, who's been a guest on the show, Juan, Joe. Joe's not been on the show. Joe's
Victor.
real quiet. But you know them all. And so they worked on a project. What is it that we worked on?
Yes, so we worked on Intern Pursuit.
That is right.
Yeah.
They were the first ones that were working
Oh,
on Intern
really?
Pursuit. Yeah, they were the the developers there, but they were also like part of that first initial concept. Actually, no, there were people before them: Ryan Rua, Eric Willoughby, Raul Ruiz.
But they were
there.
the first to get it.
They were the
building
first
it.
one. Yeah. So there's like, I guess generations. I guess I would call that. I'm not sure, but yeah. So that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
and
know
we
that.
did demo night.
Yes.
And do you remember what happened on demo night? I don't think you were there.
No, I wasn't
Hubert
at Demo
was
Night.
there.
Yeah, he was.
But do you remember what happened?
I remember something happened. He sent me a message.
Yeah. So the site crashed.
Yeah, that was it.
The site crashed because we were trying to get it moved from one server to something
I remember.
else.
I remember. Yeah, so we moved it from what was it?
Namecheap to something else.
Namecheap to AWS. So we
Yeah.
were moving everything, domain and databases and everything.
And it was supposed to happen way earlier in the day.
And it was working, like in the morning, because we were there in
Yeah.
the morning. It was working. And I said, Hubert, it's ready. She can just go and access the website and log in.
Yeah.
And then it crashed because
And it was like an hour before I was going on the stage. I had to go up on the stage and say, okay, so here it is. And you can go to this website and you can go look it up and you can see it. And it was an hour before. And I was testing it just to see, oh, right, does it really work? No, it doesn't. And so then Hubert and I are on the phone at Dr. Phillips going, okay, we need this site to be coming up now.
Oh, was it Dr. Phillips too?
It was at Dr. Phillips.
So that amount of people.
The Performing Arts Center.
Yeah,
So,
huge.
no pressure. No, it was one of the smaller rooms. Though,
Okay.
At 300.
That's enough to get. I would be worried.
Yeah, it was. And so I sat there and I went, Hubert, I'm going to pray. And I was praying and I said, we really need this site to come up. And honestly, I don't even know. It's a God thing, in my opinion. But that's when the site did come back up, and I went, thank you. Hubert was texting me from the audience, and he's going, okay, it just went live. And it was like 10 minutes before I was going up on the stage, because I was going, okay, what am I going to say if it's not live? Hey, here's our site. Don't worry, it'll be up. I was trying to figure it out. It was a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Nerve-wracking, yeah, for sure. All right, so what? Now you're interning with BrainNet, and David and Stephen have both been on the show before. What is it that you're doing with BrainNet that's totally different than what you were doing with me?
So BrainNet, I started with BrainNet a few months after I left Intern Pursuit, and I was interning with them until like November, when I had to stop because
You had to go back home, right?
Yeah, I went back home and then came back for school. And now that I'm in school, as an international student, can't work, so gotta wait for the time frame, and then you can work again.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
So when you were working for them, what were you doing?
So when I was with them, it's different than Intern Pursuit.
Oh yeah.
It's completely different. So since David was here, I'll not try to explain what the software is because it's very complex.
It is.
Yeah.
It's for government work.
Yeah.
It's very complex. But I'll say I develop in Java there. So
That's front end, right?
back end.
Oh, that's back end.
That's back end. So I started in the back end. David had some old code bases. He wanted to renew them, and I went through everything he had coded before, refreshed them, put in new coding techniques, whatever it is, make sure they work.
A lot of testing then.
A lot of testing, and then after that, I moved to the front end, helped Steven, who works in the front end.
Yeah.
And then started working in the front end, and then we had to pick some new technologies to build a better front end, more powerful, that could fit more types of clients for them. And that's it. So I work both in the back end and front end.
Well, that's good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You have
really
a
nice.
full range of
Hey,
experience.
Did Stephen design their logo?
I'm not sure.
I thought I remember him saying that he did.
He likes designing in the front end, so
Did Does he do graphics? I'm thinking maybe I might ask him for a new logo. That's why I'm kind of going, I don't know if he does it or not. But I love their logo. It's really pretty. Yeah. Nice natural gray matter with that cool net over it.
Yeah.
And there's some blue in there too. Anyway. All right. So moving over here.
So it sounds like you've gone through a lot of different industries in your career path. Like what various industries have you explored?
So with intern pursuit, it's, I would say,
we're in HR.
Yeah, HR, and kind of we were trying to build like a kind of a service, software as a service.
It still is.
Yeah.
Membership-based model. I'm just making sure because it hasn't been a while since we've really talked about it. But
yeah. And then BrainNet it can be a service. Like I said, it's more complex. It can be a service, but it can also be tuned to specific industries. Besides that, I did research in college, so I have some experience with academic experience. I've been tutoring and researching in computer science for a while, like 2 years before coming to the U.S.
Right.
And I've been exploring now big companies because that's where I'm aiming for. So I've been exploring Apple, Google, these kinds of companies, understanding how they work and how they hire people to make sure I can get there.
Yeah.
Do they now they hire, just like Google, they hire people all over the world.
Yes.
And it doesn't really matter where you live. You can work for them.
Well, yeah. In the application, they usually don't ask you where you live or...
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I think it doesn't matter.
I don't know. Whenever I talk to anybody with Google, they're usually in one of the Latin countries. They're always down there because I guess it's a time different because I call in the evenings. But sometimes I get people that are in Ireland.
Ireland?
I think that's interesting too. Yeah.
So they just want as wide a range of people as possible.
Well, I've never had anybody in India.
I had to call Uber like a few weeks ago, and I got a call from, I think it was England or Ireland. I don't know. It came with the
UK.
UK number.
So big goals. He has big goals. He wants a big company like that. Takes a while. Yeah. What we've learned is it takes a while to get in those doors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is it that you think that they look for? Because if there's other students like yourself and they're trying to get their foot in the door, what do you think that they're looking for?
Yes. So
is it a certain GPA or
no? I have applied for, and you were there when I applied for Google, and I did some interviews. I was one step before Google's interview in California before they.
And it's like layers of interviews.
It's layers, right? Yeah, it's layers.
You had 3, right?
In my case, I did what they call the Google Full Bar Challenge, which some people think doesn't exist, but it does. It's just a random thing that appears in your Google when you're searching for something computer related that says, we have a challenge for you, want to do it? And then it's like a couple set of questions. You can go back, and then when you start it, you have a time to finish. And then after I answer like 4 questions, someone from HR at Google called me, and they just had like a job position. So like, we have this job position. Would you like trying this?
That's so random.
Yeah. So
they'll do it with like surprise you with it while you're searching something online.
Yeah. And then
that's kind of creepy to me.
had some kind of So it opens like a terminal, so a black window, and then it's like a game. In my case, I think it's for everyone. It's just the problems that might change. It's like you were in a spaceship. So right now you need to bypass security system, and then security system is made by this and that. So how would you decrypt that? And then you have to code it yourself.
Huh.
I like that type of an assessment, though.
Yeah. And then it goes by levels. So each level has a number of problems. You start with 1, and level 2 has 2, and 3 has 3 problems, and then it works like that.
They have nothing better to do than to create really cool, I don't mean that bad either, to create super cool games that determine if you get to come in here and work with their company.
And that gets where that's basically where I was going to. They want to see if you asked me what I would say to people that want to apply for these companies and what they want. I say they want to know that you really know what you're doing and what they need, because and I learned it by myself, because I interviewed with Google and Apple, and both of them said I needed more experience, things that show them I can do what I say I can do in my resume. So they're looking for someone that just doesn't put very experience with Java in their resume. They want to see where is the Java project then. So
you need to have your own website or portfolio,
website, whatever it is, because they just see resume. Of course, you need a good resume. You need to study. You need to have good skills. Develop the skills. Experience counts. But when you don't have experience, like an intern or someone just fresh out of school, you need a portfolio. You need to build it. So there's this position for Google, and it's Java, Python. I need to show them. So you put Python in your resume, if they call you, do you really know this? Yes, here's my portfolio, and it shows, I can do websites in Python. I can do data structures in Python, algorithms in Python. And then they're like, okay, this guy really can do it. He's just not saying he can do it. It's in his GitHub, for example.
Can you share GitHub so that they can...
it's open.
How do you do a portfolio in IT? Like, what do you show? Because I know for me, I'm in film, so it's obviously just a lot of like videos. What do you show?
It depends on what you do. So let's say you are a web developer, and then Isabella is very experienced with web development, because she's
knows, launching a website.
She knows the structure. She knows how it works. So let's say you want to do a full stack, which is front end, back end, and database. So you need to make sure you have something that has a front end, something that has a back end, something that has a database. So that means you know how to do these things. And then inside a back end, there's like validation, there's logging, and there's database connection. Those are like things you can do in the back end. So the more you can do, you should always put it in your portfolio.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, I think that if you can get a job with one of those companies, one of the things I think that you should probably do is there's a lot of courses that people can take online through like Udemy or Coursera or just, Google. You told me too. Google has a free academy, right?
Yeah, so Google, they have courses at Udacity, which is paid, but Google has... it's a Google developers website where you have tutorials for Android, which is Google, and web development, and they have a good basic and experienced coding course, which prepares you for coding interviews or challenges or programming challenges, whatever it is you're into. That it goes through every computer science concept and things that are important, at least they consider important.
Yeah, I think that was really interesting. I remember when Lucas had shared that with me, is that he showed me, and they have their own academy, and you can learn this and this and this. I went, that's amazing. So I think that there's this place of certainly having your own projects. That's really good. Eric got a job. He moved up to New York. And did you ever meet Eric?
No.
Yeah. So anyway, he moved up there to New York, and he's graduated, and I know Raul got a job. I think he's in Tampa. I'm not really sure, 100% sure where he is, but we'll find out. Anyway, it's really interesting how people have moved into the professions that they were really wanting to. I know Eric got to, Raul did, and it really makes a difference. I'm confident you're going to make it over there.
I hope so.
But, it's a giant company, and I don't mean a but there. I mean, it's a giant company. So whatever it is that they're saying that a candidate needs to do, if that's your goal, your dream, do what they say, because that's how you get there faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially if you know their products. So I think that's good.
Yeah.
All right. What was the most valuable thing that you got out of each one of your internships?
So we talked about 2 internships. One is Intern Pursuit. The other is BrainNet. Okay. Start with Intern Pursuit. I think with Isabella, we work in a team. So I guess what I developed what was the most valuable thing is team working.
Yeah.
So I think team working was good. And if you never, if you're just fresh out of school and you're thinking, or you're studying and thinking, should I do an internship? I say yes, because that's one thing. Of course, you'll have group projects, but working in a team, it's different.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Because you really have to talk with each
Yeah.
other. And group work, even though it's supposed to develop teams, people still work in their own little silos.
Yeah. And then with the, in turn, you're all working for a goal, and
Yeah.
I think that's good. And with BrainNet, I think the most valuable thing is David is very experienced, so
Oh my gosh.
I could learn a
They're
lot
both so
from him in a technical side. So
Yeah.
I think that was the most valuable thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he
definitely.
was blowing my mind when he was here telling us about how old coding worked with the cards and everything.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
that was just,
Yeah.
I had no idea.
And that wasn't that long ago. It
No.
really
Yeah.
is not that long ago.
No, it's not.
No. People think it is, but I'm going, it's like what, 20 years ago?
Yeah,
Somewhere
like
between.
20 more than 20. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Maybe.
didn't switch the moment computers became more available.
Whenever that is, I don't know exactly.
More than 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not that old
No.
when you think about it. What piece of advice? Well, I think you already answered that one about, make sure you have a portfolio, do a website, learn as much as you possibly can.
Yeah, and do an internship.
Yeah. An internship.
And do an
I agree.
internship.
Do an
Yeah.
internship. That's important.
As many as you possibly can. And if you're going to do different ones, I would say make sure it's in like a different industry or it's in
Yeah.
a different interest of yours. Don't keep doing the same thing because you want to figure out I think the biggest mistakes I had is not doing internships and ending up in a job where I'm going, okay, I think this is what I want to do. And I stay there for 2 years and I go, I don't like what I'm doing. And
Yeah.
why do that? You can try out industries, you can try out different types of work and really figure out, is this what I want to do? So, great leaders. Who are the people that have influenced your life, your thinking? They can be deceased, they can be still alive, it can be people you personally know, you
Famous
don't know.
people, not famous people.
Yeah.
Well, I read a lot, so
Yeah, he is. He's a bookworm.
I like to see what other people think, how they think, and how they did things. Like how did Steve Jobs came up with Apple? What did he do? Was he studying? Did he quit his job? Or was it planned? How? So
Right.
there's a lot of things that influenced me, but I think I cannot name someone that is not my father, because I think he's the one that's always pushing me to get better. You should get more organized. You should prepare yourself better next time. And then he's always teaching me things. And then from the time, I think when I was in Brazil, I was one person. And then when I had to move here in the U.S. and kind of become the father in here, taking care of things that my father was doing in Brazil, I had to do it here in the U.S. Like,
Yeah, he's got a little sister.
so yeah, I'm here with my family, all of them. So there's a lot to do, and he's always pushing me to get better and to try new things and to look for pursue my dreams.
Yeah, one of the things he speaks English, the strongest. He and his sister do. So his parents
Okay.
are having to learn.
Yeah, they're getting
English.
better. They're getting better.
I
yeah.
bet they are. It's been
Yeah.
a while. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, in the beginning, when we moved here, it was only me speaking English, and we had a lot to do. Like, I study, my sister goes to school, my mom studies, so I had to enroll all of them in schools and take them to get driver's license, whatever it is.
Oh,
So when he
man.
said he had to be the dad, that's why at that
you
time.
really
For a
did have to
while,
be
yeah.
the dad,
Yeah. Yeah, he was assuming that kind of role just because he had the strongest skills at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, your dad, I would definitely say that. Now, his dad is an entrepreneur. Is your dad? What's his background in? Like his industry background?
Yeah, so my dad is an entrepreneur in Brazil. He owns some HR companies and training companies. Right now, he's here. So I would say it's an active retirement. He's here. He works from the cell phone, the computer, but just managing other people. But his background, he actually went to college and everything after he had the companies. So he first started the companies.
He went to school there in Brazil?
Everything in Brazil. He's just here.
But he started the companies before he went to school, you're saying?
For college, yes.
Huh.
Yes, for college, yes. So he got out of industry, so he was working in industry, and he was like, I want to be my own boss. So got out of his job, started the company, and then after the company was fairly good, big, he went to school to improve himself, I don't know, and make sure he had a college degree and everything.
Yeah, that's cool. His mom is a chef also.
Yes.
Oh,
She
yeah.
is.
You mentioned that earlier.
She is.
Yeah. And we would often talk about, okay, what's your favorite dessert? We would talk about these different things. And I got to meet his parents before they had come in. Really delightful people, too.
Oh,
I
that's
do not
nice.
speak Portuguese. I don't even know how to say I speak only a little Portuguese. Like, I can't even say that. Anyway, really nice. Okay, so our wild card conversation.
The best things about Brazil that you can't find here in the U.S.
Yeah. So what do you think the best things are in Brazil that we don't have here?
So best things in Brazil that we can't find here. I'll start with food. Yeah.
Is there, do we have any type of place to buy Brazilian? I know they sell Spanish foods in the grocery store, but where could we buy anything here?
There is one place in International Drive.
Yeah.
It's a supermarket in the market, and you can find Brazilian things there. And then most of the things Brazilian complain and say that it's very different. You'll say, oh, that's the same. So like they complain about rice. And then you say, we have a lot of rice in the market, like different kinds of rice. Why? I don't know. It's different. It tastes
rice
different.
is different?
It tastes different.
Is it short or long rice?
It looks the same. You'll say it's the same. But for us Brazilians, our rice tastes different. It tastes different. So
is it the seasoning
and
or
the beans
water?
also. And the beans also.
Oh, yeah.
Do you eat black beans? Is it the same as like Cuban black beans and rice?
No, we do eat black beans, but the beans that we eat most are not the black beans. It's a brownish,
Like
Pinto
a pimento.
beans?
like pinto. Like
Pinto.
it looks like, but it's not. It looks exactly. It's same with the rice. You will say that's pinto bean. It's not.
All right.
right.
So I've never been to Brazil. I'd like to go. And what do you think would be 3 foods, since we're talking about foods and I'm really hungry, what 3 foods should I try in Brazil?
That's hard because there's too many, but I'll try to
No.
name 3.
Well, you know what I like. So one of my favorite, now I know this is really Mexican though, tamales.
What is that?
It's the corn masa, and you put it in a corn husk. You spread it on there, and you have meat filling in, and you roll it up, and you twist the ends, and you either boil it or you steam it. So it's a tamale.
Okay.
I don't know if you have anything like that.
No.
At
Okay. I
don't think so.
Epcot, I think I went to the Brazil Pavilion. I believe it was the Brazil Pavilion. They had like a cheese bread.
Cheese bread, that's famous. Yeah.
Oh, yum.
Yeah, it was like
Cheese bread, yeah.
it was almost like it was like a
Is
pastry.
the cheese
but just
in the
filled-
bread?
Yeah, it's cheese
Like
in
a
It's
the,
made
arepas?
with
into the bread.
It's made with I think it's yuca flour and cheese.
Yum. You know arepas?
Yeah.
Is it like that?
No,
No, I'm not saying it
it's-
is, but
it's
cheese in that kind of a thing.
no, it's like completely cheesy itself. It's not filling. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah,
go.
that's
it's
what you
like
had.
cheesy on the
So-
outside and on the inside, but it is filled with cheese.
Yeah, and it's crunchy on the outside and,
Yeah.
and soft inside. Yeah.
So cheese bread.
That's good. My mom loves that. I guess that's her favorite food
Yeah.
in Brazil.
Okay, next time, if I see you in the office whenever you are starting back in, bring cheese bread and let me taste it.
Oh, I'll have to make it. I think
Exactly
you can buy
my
it at
point.
Whole Foods. I think so.
Wait.
They sell it at Whole Foods. They sell cheese bread.
Brazilian cheese bread.
Brazilian cheese bread in Whole Foods. Yeah, they sell it.
Is it in the frozen food section?
No, it's fresh in the bakery.
Okay,
I guess there's some Brazilian working there.
Maybe. Okay. So you have to really look to try and find something. Okay, what else? Dessert. What would be the best dessert? Because I know you and I have talked about this. I've said I like flan. And you had some strawberry thing
I guess
that your mom made.
most famous Brazilian dessert is brigadeiro. I don't know if you heard about that. Brigadeiro. It's like fudge. I don't know. It's a fudgy. Like it's like a chocolate ball made of sweetened condensed milk and chocolate.
Ooh, I would like that. You have condensed milk in anything, I'm sold.
Yeah, and we use a lot of condensed milk in Brazil. So that's the most famous, I think. So usually it's like a party food.
Yeah.
And
like
then
holidays?
when it's a party food, it's usually a tiny ball with chocolate sprinkles on the outside. Yeah, like a truffle. Or there's like a cup brigadeiros where you put in a cup with a small spoon, and you can eat it like that. Then it's more like creamy than the
Kinda
balls.
like,
You can use it as cake fillings also. So there's brigadeiro
I'm really
cakes,
hungry now. I'm really hungry. Okay. And best meat item to eat? What would be the best meat?
Barbecue.
Okay. Is
Brazilian
Brazilian barbecue.
How's it different from here?
It's completely different.
Okay.
Like the method, the
everything. Yeah.
Spices? What's in it?
So Brazilian barbecue, what they usually do, a lot of meat cuts. You can find a lot of meat cuts. But if let's say you went to a Brazilian steakhouse, for example,
that's where they have the big.
So that's the thing.
Of the meat,
Skewer.
right?
So we use skewers at home. It's harder to have skewers and handle the meat with that. But if you go to a Brazilian steakhouse, we use skewers. So you'll see that everything comes in a skewer. So they cut it in front of you.
They cut it right off.
Yeah, and it's thin slices, so you can keep eating. Usually it's only salt, so just
it's cooked, right?
Salt. Yeah, it's cooked.
Just
not Japanese.
Just simplistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's simplistic, and it's very good.
Okay. Well, then those are the things that I definitely want to be able to try out. Is there a really good Brazilian steakhouse you think around here? I've heard there's one on iDrive. But
there's one in iDrive. That's a very famous steakhouse in Brazil, Fogo de Chão. And I think they were bought by some American funding,
that's
whatever
gonna be
it
sad.
is.
It'll change.
I've been there once, and Americans seems to like it. Although I think the ones in Brazil are better.
Of course, yeah.
Well,
You can understand how Brazilian barbecue is though if you go there.
Oh well, I'm gonna have to.
And it's all you can eat.
Do you eat potatoes or do you eat yuca?
Both. Yuca is very famous in Brazil.
Yeah.
It is in a lot of the South American, Caribbean countries.
Yeah, I like fried yuca. It's good.
Cuba has fried yuca
that's
too.
super yummy. Super, super yummy. Well, oh my goodness, Matt, it's a quarter till.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to have to be rushing over here, and now I'm really, really hungry. So I'm going to go find something like this. We need our sponsor.
Our patron.
Our patron, yes, thank you.
Our second patron of the night, Simplicity Solutions Group. Simplicity Solutions Group specializes in web design, development, hybrid mobile and custom web apps built on proprietary application framework. They help businesses thrive in the digital age from web design to records management software. Their website is simplicitysolutionsgroup.com. Thank you, Simplicity Solutions Group, for being a patron of the Intern Whisper Live.
So thank you, Valencia College, for letting us be in this great studio. I love being at this school in this studio. Thank you, Q, who makes everything so easy for us. We had no problems today.
It was a good show.
It's a good show.
Nice technical.
No technical problems.
Hiccups.
Yay. So we're going to be signing off here. Matt, who's your shout-outs to?
My friend Kendall is coming back from Montana today.
Oh, yay.
I'm watching her cats.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were talking about those cats earlier. Mm-hmm. All right, so that's good. And the cats will be happy to see Kendall.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to guess your family.
Yeah, mom and dad.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Mom and Dad. All right. Over here, Lucas, who are your shout-outs to?
I guess my family at home, so my parents and my sister, and my girlfriend from Brazil. So she's in Brazil.
What's her name?
Marcella.
Marcella.
She's
So,
probably watching us.
yeah.
And I guess,
Well, you got 3 likes, so somebody's watching you.
yeah. And I guess I want to send a shout out to everyone we mentioned here that work with us. So David, Hubert, all of them.
Yeah, and Joe,
Joe,
and of
Victor,
course,
Juan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was like, it was a crew, and it was a fun crew. We really had a good time. All right, so my shout out goes to John. I want to make sure, John Fairfold, that you feel better. Also to Joe, Mina, and Dennis, who are working on the whole front end stuff. So thank you guys for that. And then a shout out to Sophie and to Aaron. They are on a 2-month leave of absence. Do well, and we look forward to seeing you guys back here in April. And then happy birthday to Tyler Edlin. Yep. Okay. Everyone else, I love you all. Thank you. So you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, mixlr.com/Valencia College, and also on Facebook. So thank you for following our show, and we want to say we look forward to seeing you next week.
All right. Thank you, young